What to do, YouTube? It's that time of week again. You know, been battling all week. Couple of people coming in the comment section talking about how delusional I am for stating that the Miami Dolphins may have a chance against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this week. I'm gonna stick by my guns. I honestly believe the Dolphins do have a chance against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But obviously, yes, we are fighting to stay above water right now. We're currently sitting at 1-3 right now. It's not looking too good for the Miami Dolphins moving forward. Now, let's go ahead and just get into the preview part real fast, right? So here, like last week, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers they scored 19 points versus the New England Patriots. It was Tom Brady's homecoming back to New England, big game against his head coach that he played with for 20 plus years, and Bill Belichick won 6 Super Bowls, got all that. Now, the way Bill Belichick played Tom Brady defensively, literally switched up, gave him a whole bunch of different things, didn't show him the same things during the course of the game, right? So my mindset is I could see Brian Flores replicating a defense just like that. Like almost everything defensively, we are the mirror image of the New England Patriots. Now, when it comes down to personnel, it is a little bit different because of the fact we don't have a Matt Judon to be able to create consistent pressure. Now, hopefully we can get something like that from Jalen Phillips or Emmanuel Ogba. Uh, love the way Jalen Phillips has played the last couple of weeks. Again, like I said on Twitter, be sure to follow me on Twitter. He needs to be able to continue to be consistent and build off that performance he had against the Indianapolis Colts. Emmanuel Ogba needs to get consistent pressure on Tom Brady. And we're going to have to be able to get consistent pressure with just our front four. One of the things that the Miami Dolphins was able to do over the course of Tom Brady's career was be able to get consistent pressure on Tom Brady. Consistent pressure on Tom Brady with the front four. Back with the Cameron Wake days, back with the Jason Taylor days. Like that is an absolute must and be able to drop back seven defenders in coverage. That's just how it works. Now, the Miami Dolphins did get a little bit of a break here because it's going to be out with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be without Rob Gronkowski. Rob Gronkowski is Miami Dolphins fans, as we all know. He has been the Miami Dolphins' Achilles heel in his tenure in New England. So we're going to be dealing with Cameron Brake and O.J. Howard. Now, Eric Rowe, honestly, I feel like he's one of the best covering safeties in the league. I feel like he's extremely underrated. So I wouldn't expect him to have that big of an issue considering the fact how he was able to play Darren Waller in the past. Now, as far as the Miami Dolphins being able to cover these receivers when it comes down to Antonio Brown, Mike Williams, and Godwin, we've been going back and forth about this whole Justin Coleman thing because he's literally not looking the way we was expecting him to look when we ended up signing him out of free agency. I was expecting him to be a somewhat of a comparable slot corner, and to be honest with you, there have been multiple plays where he's literally shot the Miami Dolphins defense in the foot, where it would be a crucial third down be picked up with him being in coverage. Now we don't know what kind of what kind of player we're gonna get out of Byron Jones because due to the fact that his leg injury, but it's got to be all hands on deck for this game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, especially due to the receivers that we're gonna be playing against. Now we know how Tom Brady likes to play. He likes to do a lot of short passes, underneath stuff, and then once the defense gets comfortable with the short, being able to stop the short pass and start to bite on those, Tom Brady likes to air it out deep from time to time. We going to have to stay disciplined. We literally going to have to stay disciplined. As far like, I know the Miami Dolphins fans, well, us Miami Dolphins fans, want to come out and say the defense is not as good as what we thought they were. Football is a complementary sport. Honestly, I feel like the defense, if the offense was able to sustain a decent amount of drives, I feel like the defense would definitely be top 10. That's my honest opinion. Now, let's go ahead and move over to the offensive side of the football because I feel like this is the most difficult difficult thing to analyze. Um, a lot of rumors about Reed, excuse me, Sinet being able to be the starter. I don't see that. I don't see that happening. As long as Jacoby Brissett is making, I believe it's like what 10 million. I don't see Sinet making the start versus anybody this year. So I'm gonna go ahead and dead that right now. Now, when it comes down to it, due to Will Fuller being put on injury reserve, due to Jakeem Grant being shipped out of Miami to Chicago, and considering the fact that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, rush defense is ranked number 1, we gotta be able to we gotta be able to implement some type of short passing game in this game, especially the fact that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they do have some pass rushers here. Now, Jason Pierre-Paul, he was listed as questionable with the shoulder injury. So again, I can't see it any other way. The Miami Dolphins are going to have to put in a short passing game, something to get the ball out quick. Obviously, the offensive line is not where we need it to be, and we need to make it easier on these guys where they don't end up having to block for too long. People have been crucifying Jacoby Brissett, but strongly I believe that clock that Jacoby Brissett has in his head, as far as looking down the field, is very, very short. So I believe they sat back and looked at the film, and I feel like he's going to see a better Jacoby Brissett this game versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But again, due to the injuries at the wide receiver position, the Miami Dolphins, Devontae Parker, Albert Wilson, Jalen Waddle, Preston Williams, are going to have to step up big time. I know currently sitting right now, Jalen Waddle is leading the team in targets. So I know we want to talk about getting Devontae Parker involved. Excuse me if I left out Mike Gesicki too as well. Got to get Mike Gesicki involved. We can't leave him hanging. We definitely got to get Devontae Parker involved because clearly he is the best receiver on this team, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're looking pretty light at the defensive back position, due to the fact that Antoine Winfield, he's going to be out with the concussion, and they're going to have their cornerback Dean out too as well. But Richard Sherman, who they recently just signed last week before the game versus the New England Patriots, he's got to guard somebody. So anybody opposite of him, I feel like we having the advantage. Now, here's something that is a little bit concerning. Points allowed, points per game, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are averaging 30.5 points a game. And the Dolphins are averaging 15. Now, points allowed, the Dolphins are averaging 27 points a game allowed, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are averaging 26. So, as far as defensive wise, again, I feel like that is just complimentary. The Miami Dolphins defense could be a whole lot better if the Dolphins offense can sustain drives for longer periods of time. But injuries that I did not cover. Rayquan Davis, he's been out since week 1 with a knee injury. They're being pretty optimistic about him being able to start versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So hopefully we can see a significant improvement in the Miami Dolphins rush defense. I believe last week Leonard Fournette had like 92 yards, if I'm not mistaken, versus the New England Patriots. This is a game where I want to put the ball in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers running backs' hands because they've been having some fumbling issues, some drop issues. We want Tom Brady to check it down to these running backs. We want him to check it down to these running backs because I strongly feel if the Dolphins they can come out and get a couple early turnovers and just be able to manage the game, we can walk home with a W. I'm not even going to put out a final score, to be honest with you, because I'm optimistic about the game, but this is do or die for us. Anything can happen. So, with that being said, I did want to go over a couple of things. Also, side notes. Got a lot of comments. I was surprised to get that many comments. I appreciate everybody that commented on the last couple of videos. I'm playing catch up with them as we speak. Um, I appreciate you guys. Like for real, for real. I really appreciate you guys. When I take a leave of absence to come back and all that stuff, not gonna get too emotional on here, but I really do appreciate you guys. So with that being said, you know what it is. If you enjoy the content, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. This is Great One Devore. I'm up out of here.